Battlefield's lead narrative director is asking for player feedback. Overwatch 2 is finally becoming playable, PUBG got a major balance patch and UI rework, and much more on This Week in Gaming. Hey guys, LevelCap here, and several key developers working on Battlefield asked the online community for feedback this week. Halo co-founder and current narrative director for Battlefield, Marcus Leto, asked about player customization and skins. Ben Walke, a producer at DICE, asked for feedback on the current vehicle selection and mechanics in 2042, while Alexia Christofi, another producer at DICE, asked about the end-of-round screen and what could be done to improve it. It's unclear what feedback will be taken on board, but it's certainly reassuring to see this more open communication from the Battlefield team. Official details on the Liquidators mid-October event were announced as well. This event will include a new Conquest variant called Tactical Conquest. It'll pitch players against each other on small infantry-only map layouts in either 8v8 or 16v16 matches. The event will run from October 11th to October 25th. 8v8 will be available on week 1, while 16v16 will take over during the second week. These map layouts appear to be available to play already by using the Portal Builder tools. New cosmetics will be available to purchase and unlock during the event, all sporting a red and white aesthetic. Rumors online suggest that Sledgehammer Games are developing a sequel to Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Sledgehammer Games recently shipped Call of Duty Vanguard, which didn't meet players' or sale expectations according to Activision. Because of this, the designers have apparently changed direction. They're now working on a futuristic-themed sequel instead. All of this information comes from Ralph Valve, a leaker who correctly predicted tons of Modern Warfare 2 information months in advance. If he is accurate once again, COD may return to the future for 2025's mainline release. After a rocky launch, Overwatch 2 is steadily becoming more accessible to players. Activision Blizzard published a statement 24 hours after launch explaining why the sequel suffered so many connection problems. According to them, many players were stuck in queues for long periods because of several DDoS attacks on the game's servers. A server patch has gone live to improve the game's stability. More servers will be brought online to cater to the increasing player count and DDoS attacks. Interestingly, Blizzard is rolling back on its security measures for Overwatch 2. SMS Protect initially required all players to have a phone number attached to their Battle.net account in order to play the game. This caused issues for players with prepaid phone plans or more than one user per household. To resolve this, Blizzard is allowing access to the majority of players that played Overwatch 1. Only new accounts will need to have SMS Protect. This should hopefully cut down the number of cheaters and hackers in-game. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Update 20.1 went live this week for PC players. It'll go live for console players on October 19th. The update introduces many balance changes for weapon attachments and vehicle combat. Weapon grips in particular have been changed to make the most popular vertical foregrip less of an obvious choice. The vehicle combat is reportedly more balanced now, giving infantry players more of a chance to survive. Other changes include user interface improvements, ping markers being more transparent as you get closer, making it so that they don't interfere with actually aiming at your target, and the menu UI has been improved so it's easier to use. EA and the developers at Criterion announced the latest entry in the Need for Speed series this week. Need for Speed Unbound's reveal trailer gave fans a look at a refreshing art style and a return to the series' street racing roots. The creative director shared that the game will run at 4K 60 FPS using the Frostbite engine, the same engine that powers the Battlefield games. Unbound has been in development since 2020 and reintroduces plenty of features fans have been asking for. An offline single-player cross-play and improved game physics have been high on the community wish list. The game will offer more in-depth car modification and customization than previous games, according to EA. The game is much more stylistic too, focusing less on realism and more on punk aesthetics. This is being done to set the game apart from the competition. Need for Speed Unbound will launch on the next-gen consoles and PC on December 2nd. CD Projekt Red, the studio behind Cyberpunk 2077 and the Witcher series, presented a roadmap for its future game releases. During the presentation, the studio announced that there will be a full Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, a new trilogy of Witcher games, and 2 more Witcher spin-off titles. It's believed the new Witcher trilogy will at least be somewhat connected to the original games, while the spin-offs are entirely new. As for Cyberpunk, its codename is Orion, and like the future Witcher games, it too will feature some sort of multiplayer experience. CD Projekt says all future games will have multiplayer in some shape or form to enhance the single-player offering. EA Motive published the gameplay trailer for their upcoming Dead Space remake. The in-game footage emphasizes the graphical improvements being made compared to the 2008 original. According to the game director, the remake makes noticeable improvements to the original's design. The Intensity director dynamically adjusts objects, enemies, environmental effects, and characters to make the world more believable on the fly. The map is now one massive interconnected ship without being hindered by the long load times. The Dead Space remake is set to launch on January 27th of next year. The highly anticipated real-time strategy World War II game Company of Heroes 3 has been delayed. With just over a month until its initial launch date, the sequel will instead launch on February 23rd of next year. The devs at Relic have been very honest about the delay, claiming that the game just isn't good enough to launch just yet. They're assuring fans that numerous bugs and mechanics will be ironed out and fixed within a few extra months. The delay also features a list of issues gathered from community feedback. The devs have assured players that their feedback will continue to be listened to. Week-to-week updates will also go live until the game launches in February. No Man's Sky, the exploration adventure survival game from Hello Games, got an update this week. Managing director from the game, Sean Murray, stated that Update 4.0 isn't quite as significant as past updates. The most notable addition is the launch of No Man's Sky on Nintendo Switch. Alongside this, the game's first new mode has been added. Relax Mode is a fun version of the game where the focus is on the exploration instead of surviving and grinding. According to Murray, this mode is perfect for new players looking to get into the game. Additionally, the survival mode has gotten more challenging. Stealth action game Hitman 3 is getting a brand new game mode. Freelancer is a new single-player mode that introduces roguelike elements, planning, and a customizable safe house. The mode isn't public yet, as the devs at IO Interactive have a few more design changes to make. In the meantime, they've invited select players to try out the new mode and leave feedback in the closed technical test. The tech test stresses the game and the service to prepare for the actual launch in January 2023. Different playtests will be held leading to the launch, with community feedback being acted upon each time. Freelancers will be a free update for all Hitman 3 owners. Before we move on to the next story, let us know in the comments what you think of the upcoming Liquidators event for Battlefield 2042. Are you excited to try out the new Tactical Conquest mode and skins, or is it not your cup of tea? Share your thoughts in the comments down below, and of course be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Valve made some big announcements for its handheld Steam Deck this week. The first announcement is the new Steam Deck dock. This unit retails for $89 and will make it easier to link your handheld to a larger display. The dock has USB 3.1 ports, a display port, and an HDMI port. Valve has confirmed that the performance is not improved when the Steam Deck is docked, though the included Ethernet port will greatly improve the internet connection. Numerous software updates are being rolled out for the Steam Deck as well. These include improvements to the user interface, touch responsiveness, and on-screen keyboard. But most importantly, the Steam Deck no longer requires reservations, meaning when you purchase one, it'll ship immediately. Valve has ramped up production, so it should meet consumer demand. Now, Star Citizen's annual convention, CitizenCon, wrapped up yesterday. I streamed the entire thing. If you want to get my raw thoughts and reaction to all the announcements, you can watch that stream here. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.